Australia's rental crisis is at breaking point, and the budget's rent assistant hike of $31 a fortnight will not ease the pressure. Tonight, a slumlord's DIY subdivision and the families who say he's putting profits before people.
Ramon, my name's Seb Costello from A Current Affair. Don't touch the camera.
No, that's
Don't touch the camera.
You can't come to my wife.
Don't touch the camera. We want to talk to you about Amberley Park Drive.
He doesn't care. As long as he gets his money, that's all he's worried about.
It just shouldn't be allowed. It's terrible what he's done.
We've got the money to pay our rent. We're working. Why is it so hard?
Ramon, there's people there who are hurting. On her modest dining table, Carolyn arranges the Fijian collectibles that remind her of someone special. This small Melbourne rental wasn't always home. Carolyn used to live in country New South Wales with her husband of 17 years, Fijian-born Saula. That was before Saula had a fatal heart attack in 2016 while working as a kitchen hand.
He was still on the floor in the kitchen when I got to him. I adored the guy and I still do.
Carolyn, who is hearing impaired, now works night shifts until 5 a.m, earning just enough to cover the rental she splits with nephew Wade and his mate Aaron.
We did put 300 applications in and we were unsuccessful. And unfortunately, this was the only one that we could get.
The property has cracks in the roof and holes in the walls, not to mention a sizable satellite dish that won't even allow Carolyn to watch tonight's report. That's right, it's just for show. All issues that Carolyn has tried to have addressed with her landlord, Ramandeep or Raman Dalawal.
I feel like we're being ripped off really badly. There's been massive problems with the property.
Carolyn says she originally inquired about this listing that promised a 3-bedroom home and used photos of another property altogether that appeared to indicate the whole house was included in the offer. But when Carolyn arrived, it turned out Raman had done a DIY subdivision, splitting the house in two and renting out each half separately to squeeze in 2 lots of tenants. Of the 3 bedrooms Carolyn was promised, 2 of them were to be found in what was an old brick-built garage. Do you think the way the landlord has divided the property into 2 sections is legal?
No. When they work it out, no, not at all.
But you're here because you need somewhere to stay.
Absolutely.
How hard is it to find a place at the moment?
Oh, mission impossible. And we've got to go through that process again now.
That's because the landlord has now told Carolyn she has 60 days to get out, claiming the local council recommended he do so. Not surprising when you inspect the garage cum bedroom where the roller door has been replaced with wooden planks and a window, and the ad hoc plastic wall the landlord built to split the block in half. So how would you describe the way this has been constructed?
Oh, like a Meccano set.
Do you reckon Meccano might be more reliable?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
On the other side of the plastic partition, we meet Nikki, her niece Kelly, and Kelly's 8-year-old son Jacob, who rent the other half of the house. Nikki was home recently when a council inspector arrived. The landlord wasn't far behind, and Nikki says he wasn't happy when she started showing the inspector around.
He basically ran and offhandedly threatened me that the lease was up.
Shortly after that, the eviction notice arrived, Raman writing that he intended to renovate the property. Do you know where you're going to go?
No idea. And there's 3 kids in the house. Can't put them out on the street.
Records from 2021 show the property was listed for rent then at $380 a week. Carolyn and her crew are paying Raman $450 per week, while Nikki and her family, who have slightly more space, are paying $455 weekly plus bills, as there isn't separate meter boxes or plumbing.
I think it's terrible, considering he split the house up illegally into 2, just with some dodgy shelves. It's appalling.
Steve is Kelly's partner and often stays at the Amberley Park Drive property. Steve's suspicious of the landlord's claim that it's City of Casey Council who's made the eviction order.
I don't think that's the case at all. I do believe a small part the council may have had something to say, but I reckon it's the owner that just wants us out.
And when the City of Casey confirmed to ACA they had no involvement in the order to vacate, we approached Rahman for his side of the story. This DIY renovator once again putting up the walls when it came to answering questions.
Amberley Park Drive. Have you legally made a subdivision there?
Yes, but that's on. Yeah.
Why are you throwing them out of the house? Rahman,
No comment.
why are you throwing them out of the house?
That's legally done.